Hey, it's Dr. John Terry, president of the International Martial Arts Council of America and United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame. I wanted to make sure you've gotten a personal invite to attend our 24th annual National Martial Arts Training Camp. We're going to be in Houston, Texas this year at the West Chase Marriott. And one of the 15 master level instructors that's going to be teaching July 20, 21, and 22 is Master Jose Ramirez. And Master Ramirez is going to be teaching the knife, not just offense, but also defense, and learning how to use the knife as an offensive weapon as well as a defensive weapon. So, Master Ramirez, folks that are going to be attending your session, what are they going to learn and how are they going to be able to apply it to real life?
Well, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate you having me here. So it's going to be very exciting. I like to have a lot of fun with this seminar. We're going to be working on how to properly use a knife. A lot of times we are teaching our students how to defend it. But if you have a knife in your hand, how are you going to be able to use it, and how the blade moves in a circular motion, how a blade, you can disguise that blade for your advantage. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. 2 years ago, I got to do it. We had a lot of fun. So get your tickets coming out, and definitely I would like to teach you some really cool stuff.
You know, we had a lot of real positive feedback when you taught your knife class a couple of years ago, and folks sharing with me that they learned things from you that they hadn't learned from other martial arts instructors, and you brought a different perspective. What is it that makes your style of teaching knife, both offense and defense, what is it that you think makes yours a little bit different or a little bit unique compared to others that are teaching the knife?
Well, reality is out there, people nowadays are using knives, more knives, guns, knife. It's a lot of in the news. You hear a lot of people getting stabbed. And we as instructors, we always focus on that self-defense aspect. But what happens if you're the one that need to defend yourself and you have a knife? So the way I do it is I want to bring reality of what's going on out there in the world in a way that people understand it, not just being really strict, but having fun with it. I know it sounds weird when you're talking about how you're going to be having fun stabbing somebody with your knife. Well, you know, if you do my class, whenever you do my class, you will understand what I'm talking about, because you'll definitely have some fun. And like I said, 2 years ago, you are allowed to slice somebody that day.
You know, what I enjoy about your class is you always bring an element of fun and entertainment. So even though you're dealing with a serious subject, you do it in such a way that keeps everybody engaged and enjoying what they're learning. And I appreciate what you're bringing to our class this year because, you know, if we think about the danger that we live in today, especially in many of the larger cities, you may not be able to carry a handgun, or you may not have one readily available, but it's a lot easier to have a knife in your pocket or, you know, attached to your belt that you can use. And that could be the only weapon and the only defensive tool that you have to protect yourself or someone else that you love or care about from being harmed by someone seeking to do them wrong. So I think what you're doing is invaluable, and I appreciate you doing that for us.
Thank you. Totally appreciate it. One thing that we do teach is the same thing that you can do with a knife, you can do with anything. You might not have a knife in your hand or in your pocket, but if you have a stick, the same thing we do the blade, you can do with a stick, and then you can do it with your hands. So while I'm going to be teaching, is going to benefit with the blade or without the blade. So
very good. Well, for those that don't know you, Master Ramirez, give them a little bit of your background. I know you spent some time serving in the military, and thank you for your service, but give them a little bit of your background and who you are as an instructor, and talk about your school a minute.
Well, I'm Master Ramirez. I did 20 years in the Navy. I started in communications, and then I got a chance to be a part of a boarding team. And that's where I met my esgrima maestro. And this is where I end up becoming very efficient with the blade. I own a martial arts school. It's called the Christian Taekwondo League. And it's just like it sounds. It's a Christian-based martial arts. And I'm passionate about it because martial arts saved my life a couple of years ago, actually 34 years ago. At the age of 17, I really did not want to be around no more. I was in a bad place mentally, and I just didn't want to live no more. And my best friend suddenly asked me, "Hey, we're gonna go do karate." I was like, "Karate?" He was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." So I asked my dad that at the time I had 3 jobs that he was doing, and I'm like, man, I don't know if he's gonna be able to afford it. Well, my dad knew that I really wanted to do this, and he was worried about how I was doing lately. So he said he signed me up, and I tell you something, God changed my life through martial arts. So what I want to do is to do the same thing in my school. I want to be able to change people's life and bring them to Christ through martial arts. Because if it wouldn't be for that time, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
You know, and I love the values that you teach in your school. And I've had an opportunity to be in your program and what you teach and to teach in your school. And I love the respect and the discipline and the kindness that is shared among the students that are part of the school. But when it comes down to the self-defense and the application of the martial arts, you don't shirk there at all. You bring the full package to what you do so that your kids are not just learning to be great individuals or great martial artists, they're learning to be both. And they're learning what it means to have those core values, those non-negotiables that allow them to really understand who they are, what they stand for. And it gives them a chance to really have a leg up when it comes to being successful in life. And I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you, sir.
So how many students are you running now in your school?
So right now, I run about 30 to 40 students. And the reason is I am very strict. I take responsibility on what bill that student is earning. I do not want to allow a student to proceed forward if he hasn't met the requirements that's needed to earn that bill. Because if something happens outside and they're wearing whatever bill they are, and they say, "Well, I'm this level bill, I can do this," and they something happens wrong, it's my responsibility, and I don't want to live with that. So a lot of times, students do not stay because they feel it's too hard and I demand a lot. But the reason is I do not want to. I don't give bills. I don't even charge for testings. We test twice a year, and what I do is if they're ready to test, then they will test. If not, they'll wait, because it is not a race for you to get a black belt. It is not. It's not what we wear, but it's what's in here and here. So I really focus on that. So I average between 30 and 40 students.
You know, I love that in the fact that it's the focus on excellence. And it's not just getting people in and after 6 months in, you get a belt whether you're ready or not. At the end of the day, if they can't perform and perform well, the requirements of that particular rank and style, are we really doing that child a service or that adult a service if we're just promoting them for the sake of a promotion? So I applaud you for doing that, and so looking forward to having you teaching at our camp this year. As we wrap this interview up, anything, let me ask you this last question as we wrap up. If somebody's on the fence and trying to decide, should I come to the national training camp or should I not, what would you tell them?
Well, if you think my seminar was cool 2 years ago, then you have to see the list of instructors. I am the baby out of all of them. There's going to be so much fun. I'm excited to learn from everybody. I'm just super happy to see the lineup this year. My students that are coming are very excited as well. And yeah, so if you don't want to come for me, that's fine. Come from everybody else, because we have some living legends that's going to be out there. My Grandmaster Johnny Thompson out of the TKA, the Tansido Karate Association, and a lot of other Grandmasters that are going to be there. And every year, we all learn something. All of us, from 10th degree all the way to the white belt.
And that's what I love about our camp is we've got 10th degree black belts that have been training for 40, 50, 60 years. They're on the floor with students that have been in the martial arts for 6 months. I like to tell people, when you come to our camp, everybody gets to be a white belt for 3 days because you're coming to learn. And all of our instructors, after they teach, they're back on the floor and they're learning and supporting the other instructors, gleaning insights from them that they can take back to their school and continually make their program better.
And not just that, a lot of time we're walking around, there's nothing going on, and you meet this grandmaster or master or somebody that was an instructor. And people are so kind. They take time to discuss and to change ideas, and that's what I'm looking for. Because I love getting with different people and say, I really like what you did, or this is the way I do it. This is how I incorporate it. And we just exchange ideas, and it goes back to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee went and took everything and put it on, and he said, hey, learn from everything. So going to the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and the camp, it allows you to do that because there's no ego there. Everybody's coming to learn. Everybody's having fun. And so if you haven't signed up yet, you better sign up because you're going to miss out.
You heard it from Master Ramirez. You need to be at our national training camp, July 20, 21, 22 in Houston, Texas at the Marriott West Chase. Let me mention now that you can go ahead and register. If you haven't already done so, you can go to imacusa.com. That's imacusa.com. And you can pre-register, or you can simply show up at the Marriott West Chase on Thursday morning at 8 o'clock, and you can register and have an opportunity to attend. If you can't make it till Friday or Saturday, that's okay. Come and participate as much as you can and have an opportunity to learn from Master Ramirez and the other 14 master level instructors that are going to be teaching. I promise you, you're not going to walk away without learning something new that you can take back to your school and apply. I'm Dr. John Terry, President of the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and International Martial Arts Council. Thank you for being with us. Master Ramirez, thank you for this quick interview, and thank you for being available to teach our camp.
Right.